The spur controls everything. The conversation is dominated by the spurg. Over the next 2 hours or however long they stay sober, you will lose intelligence. Enjoy Theta Thursday. Your hosts, Dawn and Rhea, Mifune, and some shitty guests.
Theta.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Late Night Theta Vibes.
Are we live?
Yes, we are. We just went live. Anyway, apologies for all the shit in the back. I literally got home from work an hour ago and had to set up a brand new monitor, which is still kind of fucked. As for me, half of my screen is grayscale because the saturation is not fixed.
Well, hello everyone.
Hello. Well, how are you guys doing this week? It's been a while. It's been a while.
For those that are unaware, I'm Greg.
Yes.
And I don't know the rest of these people. There's Miffins. Miffins, I like your shirt, bud.
Thank you. It's one of my work shirts.
And as usual, Dawn is just toenailing it down the highway trying to get home. Probably. Are you breaking the speed limit right now, Dawn? In case we have any local police officers in the. You're in Mississippi, right? In the Mississippi area. Huh? Dawn, are you all right?
No,
dude, hope she
driving.
hope she didn't put it in the ditch. Who's that?
I'm home, you walnut.
What? Walnut? Wait a second.
Theodore an hour power.
I'm trying to get T.O. to do a 3-minute comedy segment. I told him I'd write for him like every week if he'd come on and do like 3 minutes of comedy, but I don't know if he's up to it. I think he's a little shy, really.
All right, there we go.
All right. Where were you, Don? Where were you, Don? There you go, and she's AFK.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Mifune, did you get your shirt at the local Winners store?
No, this shirt was actually from Walmart, believe it or not. I do apologize.
Walmart's a good place.
I do apologize. I am trying to configure this monitor and catch my breath from running, as well as trying to decompress from work because I haven't gotten really a chance to do that.
Oh, we got to restart the stream, it says.
What?
It says we got to restart the stream.
Who?
That's what Genja just said.
No, that's just to fix the category for the VOD. You know,
alright.
Alright, fine, we'll restart stream. We'll be right back.
Okay.
And there we go. And we should be back now. Alright.
Wow,
Okay.
that wasn't enough time to go to the bathroom, I'll tell you. No. Holy woof!
I don't know what you're talking about.
I almost made it. Are you on the toilet right now, Don?
No, I'm at my desk.
Uh-huh. That sounded like a bathroom echo to me.
No.
So what's been going on? You said that you got yourself a new rig there, Mifune. You got a new monitor?
No,
Yeah,
he just has a monitor.
No, so the old monitor died about 2 weeks ago. I had been reduced to a incredibly tiny 24-inch 60 hertz monitor, which is pretty damn fucking awful. And honestly, monitors are fucking expensive. So I had to wait a paycheck or two, and now we can go ahead and get a new one. So after work today, I ran to Best Buy, got a new monitor, came home, set it up, cleaned my fucking room, which is still a goddamn mess. Yeah, and my brain is pretty fried from a 10-hour workday and then shopping.
So just off to the right there, Mifune, your left, that's your bed. I would imagine that's where the magic happens, right?
Sure.
Oh, God. Well, we weren't here last week because I was on vacation visiting Greg.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a picture somewhere, don't we?
You have a picture, yeah?
Yeah, we both. Mifune, can you put that picture up? It's in Theta Thursday.
God damn it.
Don't stress him out.
Yeah,
What's a
like,
fucking picture? How hard
if
can
you
it be?
If you can get to it, get to it. If you can't, it's okay.
I'm sorry. I am in full sit down and just chillax and talk mode, and then clean up my room and go the fuck to bed.
But so I had my Dutch friend join me for he came to the U.S. to have a vacation, and we went up to Niagara Falls. Greg is not very far from there, within reason.
I live in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Okay, if you want to give it, you want to give him the address too. It's near Tim Hortons.
Yeah, it's on Queensdale, up in the mountain. I don't give a fuck. Come visit.
So
I'm a friendly guy. I'm not a mean-spirited individual. I don't like to think. Sometimes I am. So I get grumpy sometimes. We went to Tim Hortons. I
think that maybe the first time I've gone to one. Maybe sooner, but we don't have many here where I'm at.
I mean, if you're in Hamilton, Hamilton's the birthplace of Tim Hortons. The first Tim Hortons on planet Earth was in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And so that was the most fitting place, for an hour or 45 minutes or whatever to hook up and hang out. But I'm going to say that Dawn is even more amazinger IRL as she is in here. She comes off like $1 million on stream, and then when you're talking to her on fleets and stuff, and she is even better in person.
Oh, well, thank you. What's funny is, so I'm with my friend and I tell him, hey, we're the person we're looking for. He grows recreational lettuce and,
what, weed?
You're not allowed to talk about that on Twitch. So
what? Yeah, you can talk
even if it's legal.
Weed.
Okay. Well, whatever. Anyways, so he grows it, and then funny story is Greg's walking up to the place. I got my back to the door. My friend's like, I assume your friend looks like somebody that grows weed. I'm like, yes, he does.
That's funny.
That is funny, man.
I gotta come up to Indianapolis sometime, Don.
Why?
So we can go to the bar and have fun. I don't know. I haven't
been. What bar?
I don't fucking know.
There's no bar, but we would go get some hella good food and then drink at my house because I don't drink and drive.
So we've been planning it for a while, but here in North Carolina, a local Eve player, I believe he's in Pandemic Horde. He is opening an.
Is it Billy?
No. He is opening an esports bar, and I'm not sure.
Is it Gobbins?
No.
He is opening an esports bar in Durham, North Carolina, and it's supposed to open sometime in either November or December, I believe.
Dude, but I tried to mess. I was really maybe a half a centimeter away from openly messaging Billy to be like, "Yo, I'm near you somewhere. You want to hang out?" I don't think he would have appreciated it.
No,
come on.
Don, Greg, have you guys ever heard of what an esports bar is?
Esports, is that one of those things on Reddit, R sounding or RCBT?
No.
So an esports bar, for those who may or may not know, what an esports bar is it's a basically every single night before the bar opens, you can go to their website and they will have, or most of them, they will have gaming tournaments, whether it be Counter-Strike, League of Legends, even Fortnite sometimes, depending on the place you go to. They have all these different things, and so you sign up for it. And,
I take it there's no point in having condoms in the restrooms at these bars.
Correct.
But
there will be only celibacy.
You sign up for it, and you put $100 in, and then when you go to the bar, it's an esports tournament, and all the people that go there without signing up get to spectate a local esports tournament with beers and liquor. So it's a really great idea for it's kind of a way to get that esports experience without paying esports experience money. Because I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever seen how much tickets are to like ESL Major and shit for CS:GO tournaments, a singular ticket is like $350. It is fucking insane. Fuck? And yes, Greg,
anybody, okay, all right, here.
People will go to watch other people play video games.
All right, I'm going to put it out there. If anybody wants to come watch me play EVE in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, it's $10 a ticket to get in my house, and you got to bring your own food and drinks. Yeah, bring your own food and drinks.
But there will be, some plants available.
Sure.
That's a housewarming gift or a
I can't fucking give it away. I don't smoke it myself. I can't give it away. Everybody's got some now.
So, Greg, you were talking about, esports is a huge industry. It's one of the fastest growing entertainment industries in the past 10 years. Dota and League both have huge finals throughout the year for like the big major tournament, that they have tournaments throughout the year. I've been to a couple tournaments just to watch, and they're a blast because you're sitting there and your favorite people that you've been watching play the games online are like right there, and you can talk with them and get things signed. They usually have announcers live casting these in the stadium, so it's really fun and active and funny. And then you obviously got your friends with you, and so you're just like, woo, and just like a giant nerd weekend. Which, I think we all could use more of.
Sounds like an enthralling night out.
What? I mean, I got like so much free shit for being a chick there too.
I can imagine. You were probably what? Like, what percentage of the audience do you think, or the people there, what percentage would you say were of the female persuasion?
What, 25%? Maybe a little more? Because it's hard. No, there was plenty. The hard thing to judge is that some of them, you don't know if they're like actual fans or if they're there with their significant other. So, and that can work both ways, but for women, because the gender disparity is usually pretty large in Dota. For Dota, the average gender ratio is like 95% male, 5% female for players.
What qualities does a gamer girl look for in a professional esports player? Like, is it like
a big wallet,
fast twitch reflexes?
No.
Like if they're really good with the mouse clicking, is that a thing?
No, Greg. You can try, but we're not going to go down that road.
What? I'm just saying, like if they're good at esports, right?
It's just fun to watch your favorite team, just like any sort of sport.
Now, actually, I have looked. I'm just fucking with you guys. I have looked into this a little bit, and you can actually make a lot of money doing one of these esports things, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous because people could be professional video game players. So, in 1986, when I fucking had Mr. Hiroshawi, I think, or something like that, he was a Japanese fella. He was my guidance counselor. If I would have went in and said, "Hey, I want to be a professional video games player," he would have fucking laughed in my face, and told me get the fuck out.
Greg, you do know in 1988 they used to have literal competitions for Donkey Kong and shit, right?
Yeah, they had Pac-Man and shit, but I mean,
it wasn't a lot of money
off of it. Yeah. Not the way it is now, right?
You got to think. So I got a buddy of mine. His name is Matt, and he was the first person in the United States to graduate college with a degree in esports. They literally have college degrees on how esports works as an industry, as a subclass for business. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
You know, after football games in college, like sometimes the football players go into the ice bath. Do they do that like after a particularly furious game of Pokemon?
You want to know what's really funny is that there is a very, very old story back when esports started blowing up with Dota 2 and CSGO. And there was a match, I believe it was between Fnatic and Ninjas in Pajamas for CSGO. It was the 2012 ESL Major. It was the second major CSGO tournament. And here's the funny thing. Back then, when esports first started blowing up like that, when the teams were sitting all next to each other with all their PCs, there was no like glass or anything separating the players from the audience. And so what was really funny was there was a very popular player by the name of Kenny S, who eventually at the time was working with Ninjas in Pajamas, and he was sneaking up. It was a 1v5 situation. And right as he's sneaking up, the casters for the show started screaming about it. And Fnatic could hear the casters and just used the information from the casters in order to counterplay off of Kenny S. And it started to become a huge fucking controversy at the time about how esports were ran. And so now, if you see an esports tournament, the teams are just encased in this giant soundproof glass box where they can't hear the audience or the caster or anything, and the only thing they can hear is each other. And
so I have an experience with that live. So I was at one of the Dota tournaments in Columbus for MLG. They had like 2 tournaments total.
What's MLG?
Major League Gaming. They do all the COD stuff for Call of Duty.
What's COD?
Anyways,
I got it. Okay.
So it was the second time I went, we were in a much smaller area. It was like their actual offices instead of the convention center downtown. But it was okay. Like, it was still a fun thing. But the guys are right there in front of us. It's not a very big space, but they're there. And in the audience, we've got screens to watch what they're doing. And as they're like picking heroes, we can see when they're like hovering over one character versus another. So the other team can't see what they're thinking about, but we can. So we're going, yeah, no, yeah, no, just like screaming at them to try and pick. We weren't saying who it was because we didn't want to cheat, but we wanted to try and get them to pick like these meme heroes the entire time. And eventually they did. The teams accommodated. But then there was another part where like we're watching, and you know, at one point we watched them kind of like, one guy is kind of hiding from the other team. And so we all start laughing. And the guy it was kind of like a like not quite cheating thing, but a little controversy because the team was like, dude, the guys are laughing, you've got to be close to him. So they were using the audience's information and our reactions to try and, you know, slightly get an advantage. But there was not much you could do. We were in a very tiny area, you know, unless they told us to shut the fuck up, which wouldn't have been a fun viewing experience for everybody. But, like, I know League players have been fined for looking at the screen, even though they're literally faced towards each other for like 6 years of the major tournament. Their chairs are facing each other, and the screen of what's going on is literally above them. I don't know how they expected people not to like catch a glance up every now and then, you know?
So anyway, EVE Online. We're here for
Who cares about EVE Online?
Well, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. So let's talk about EVE. What happened this week?
I got some stuff first. I'm disappointed in our audience. I'm disappointed in Goon Swarm in general. I made a post, an audition tape post in GBS for the first annual Theta Thursday talent extravaganza. And last time I checked, I got a grand total of 0 fucking audition tapes.
Oh, the audacity.
I'll check the thread again.
Well,
Greg, you know what it is? It's because we don't have our ping bot, so we're not able to promote that it's out there. So they just didn't see it.
So anyway, I wanted to talk about this week the new ships. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on them.
I think the Myrmidon Navy issue is going to be a lot of fun, and the rest of them are going to need some tweaking to make them better than their cheaper counterpart.
So some of them have received some tweaking as of this morning on CC.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So
what's changed from the announcement?
Some of the big things that I want to point out, because I kind of wanted to go over them a little bit. So first of all, the faction, the Navy Expo frigates that all the races are getting, I want to get those out of the way first. They're dog shit. At least to us. The only thing that these Navy Expo frigates are going to be good for is newbies and high sec. And that is because basically they gave them extra scanning bonuses, extra virus stuff for data and relic hacking, a couple of other things. But the big downside to them is that they took away drones for the Navy Expo frigates. So there are no drones on the Navy Expo frigates, so they are completely
that was the only thing that was the only thing that made the Navy one, like which one was it? It was like the Tristan Navy, but it wasn't Tristan.
Yeah, I know.
But it looks like a Tristan, right? It's the. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that one looked interesting because it had 4 drones it could hold.
So as far as I understand, they are removing drones from those, or at least the majority of them. And I think that is because what they're going to end up being used for is exactly that. For the high sec newbie that is dipping himself into a wormhole for a quick data site right outside of the Jita constellation, it's very whatever. But the two things that I'm really interested in are the Navy Ferox and the Navy Myrmidon. So the Navy Ferox today, the change that it got made was it gets as it stood upon release, it got a bonus to shield booster amounts, which meant that you could fit a medium shield booster there, and it would boost the amount of shield HP per cycle that you would gain. So that's pretty good. Today, they announced that it will get a reduction in CPU and PG requirements, and it will
for what though?
For the shield booster. So is this
instead of or on top of?
No, on top of.
Okay.
Now, as of right now, if you go to CC, you can actually fit a large shield booster on a battlecruiser, which is very interesting. To me.
And it's still got the reduction?
And it still has the power grid and CPU reduction.
No, I mean the boost, right? So it's got the boost and it fits.
And it fits. So that's really cool. In addition, that they gave the Navy Ferox an extra mid slot compared to the normal Ferox. So what I want you to imagine for those of us in Goon Swarm, I haven't tested it yet. I plan on testing it tonight, but it seems like we might be able to take the GSF standard Ferox and literally just add a shield booster to it.
Well, no, so the idea is, we got to remember the bonuses they had on there, right? So the Ferox has a range bonus, I believe, and the Navy Ferox has a tracking bonus, and it sacrifices the range bonus. So with the extra mid slot, you could put a tracking computer that adds range then, correct?
Technically, yes, but here's the thing. In the current present day Eve, when have you seen Ferox fleets? When's the last time you saw Ferox fleets fight at range with Spike? It's been a while. Because most of the time, because here's the thing. When we used to fight with Feroxes, most of the time we were fighting against other Feroxes, T1 cruisers, or we were fighting against something like Hurricanes or Maelstroms. Right? Like Ferox doctrines in their prime were fighting that. In my personal opinion, what the Navy Ferox will hopefully do, in my opinion, is balance out the hack meta just a tiny bit to where the Navy Ferox has a better chance of fighting against hacks than a regular Ferox doctrine, right? Because the Feroxes in their current form are brawlers. right? They're meant to get up close. You're not supposed to fight with Spike. As an FC, I am not going into a fight getting ready to load Spike. The only way I'm doing that is if I am fighting battleships that are going to be sniping from 100 kilometers away. And nobody's doing that right now in Eve, right?
I solved the volume thing, guys, by the way.
Yeah, as far as Feroxes stand in their present state, the number one thing you're fighting in Feroxes is other Feroxes or hacks. And in any case, you're gonna want to brawl with those Feroxes. You're gonna want to be at 0 with antimatter. So to be honest, I will take the range reduction. I will gladly take the range reduction in favor of tracking speed, because you know what that means? That means I can finally fucking track mutants with thorium.
Never thought of that.
But do we know what the cost of these ships are going to be roughly yet?
Not yet, but if I had to say, I would put it on par with the same delta as other Navy ships. Also, Cybeg, I see you in the chat. It's been a fat minute, my dude.
That was a while ago, sweet cheese.
Well, you know what? I'm just seeing it because I'm rambling. But like, the thing is that I feel like it's gonna follow the trend as regular old Navy ships, where people are gonna have to buy them in the LP stores, the BPCs, and go build them. And the price is really going to be determined by how many people are gonna go out there and farm the BPCs. When the ships first come out, obviously it's gonna be fucking ridiculous expensive. And that's just because of the so short supply of what it's going to be for the first couple of weeks, maybe even the first month. But if I had to guess, I would probably expect a solid 5 to 10% increase based on the normal price of the T1 variants. For the frigates, it's going to be like nothing. For the Navy frigates, it's going to be maybe a 1 to 2 million-ish difference, and that's it. But when it comes to stuff like the Myrmidon and the Ferox, I'm probably gonna comfortably educated guess of 5 to 10% more expensive. So if I had to guess, just off the top of my head, a Navy Ferox will, at stabilized price, I would say would fit roughly around 65 to 70 mil for the hull.
Interesting.
If not 80. But that's just educated guessing there. But the other thing that really excites me is the Navy Myrmidon, which so far I am calling the EOS Junior.
I think the Myrmidon is going to be the coolest one.
The Myrmidon,
just because.
So I'm just gonna say it. If ESS content was not dead as fuck, the Navy Myrmidon would shred. It would shred in an ESS grid.
I think, yeah, it would do pretty well.
Right.
The drones get all the modules.
It's going to be great for gate camping. It's going to be great for ESS. The kind of fight where you have total grid control is going to be the fights where the Navy Myrm is going to shine. And especially with the bonus to web drones on that Navy Myrmidon, I feel like it can be very, very nice for something like an ESS. It's just going to wipe out the ESS. I am excited for it because I have been talking with people, and one of the things I've been throwing at GSF is that when it comes to home defense against hostile ESS fights, most of our skirmish commanders cannot take out super trains because it's battleships. They do allow a lot of skirmish commanders who have been there for a while, like take out the super trains with supervision, but we don't really have a skirmish commander doctrine for something like an ESS defense. And I feel like that Navy Myrm, as long as it's not terribly expensive, is going to hopefully fill that slot, because it just seems so exciting for it.
They did some fucking sound patch again, didn't they?
Yes. So basically, the new update that they are looking at for Eve is the sound design. So
I got some news on this. As a matter of fact, I heard that that part of the sound patch is you're going to be able to have Hilmar himself do SMR with you.
Yeah.
You would talk all Icelandic like in your ear.
No.
Please don't do that.
As for the question
thank
in
you.
the chat, do you think CCP will add additional skill books for the new ships? No. I believe that, again, very similar to the Navy faction ships that we see in present day, I think these ships are going to have the same requirements. Most of the time, to fly a T1 ship, for example, to fly the Ferox, all you need is Caldari Battlecruiser 1. And all you need to fly a Condor is Caldari Frigate 1, right? But the Navy frigate is going to be level 3, right? You have level 1 unlocks the basic T1 ship, level 3 unlocks the variant, the Navy variant, and level 5 unlocks the T2 variant. I think it's going to follow the same progression. It's just easy, it's condensed, it makes sense that way. If they do add additional skill books for the new ships, I'm kind of going to cry. Because that's
No,
bullshit.
they won't. They've already said that they're going to just do it 1, 3, and 5 for the ships.
Like, it makes
how it
sense with the
works.
progression of the other Navy ships, which is very, very fun. Let's see. Let me take a look at the list of other ships that they're adding, because I only looked at those, like, 3.
The Hurricane one, or not the Hurricane one. I don't know. As I said, I think the Myrmidon one's going to be the most fun one. Other than, it doesn't have the armor repper bonus still, right?
I'm about to check that, because I honestly lost the old picture, and I gotta get the new one from, I gotta get the new one from Reddit, because the old one I have is a little outdated.
Oh, what's been going on in Reddit? There's some fucking drama this week, right?
Yeah, so Pandemic
PanFam?
So PanFam has fallen into a bit of the drama pit. So
Ooh,
thank you,
we like
Commissar.
drama.
So basically, what people believe is happening within P-Horde is that after Test kind of merged into P-Horde, the majority of Test leadership also got leadership positions within Pandemic Horde. And those people in EU's history have been very, very toxic. You got Sandrid Stone, you got Maville Dodgers.
Are they still over there?
Right, yes, they are. And they're very active. So ever since they were in Test, it's been pretty obvious that they're kind of toxic people. And the thing is that the majority of old-fashioned Horde people are starting to get sick of this newfound toxicity that they have found. A very old member of Pandemic Horde from the past, 10 years, his name was Dolan Duckman. Many people don't know him in the public face because he doesn't really talk that much in the public face, but Dolan Duckman was basically the guy as far as P-Horde recruitment. Like, he handled everything with their new player experience.
No, hold on. So he was the one that just pushed the button on anybody?
No.
Let's be clear. They didn't have recruitment.
So here's the thing, and for those who don't know how Pandemic Horde operates, once a new person gets into Horde, they have similar to how in Goonswarm we have Gooniversity, in Pandemic Horde they have the New Bean Initiative. And imagine if the guy who started Gooniversity and has been running it for the past 10 years just suddenly right clicks and quits corporation. And that's pretty much what happened here. He got sick and tired of the toxicity within the leadership channels. He made a massive Discord ping talking about it, and talking about how certain comments that talk about homophobia and other things like that have been going on in the behind the scenes channel, and how he is sick of it, and how immediately he would be stepping down and leaving the Alliance. And so he did. But he did not only run their new player experience, he also ran their version of Minicom. Like, he ran all of their communication police.
Oh, is he a sheriff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he...
Yes, and Diva is in Severance. You are correct, Knight.
So he basically well, Diva did move to Severance. You are correct. But they whatchamacallit, but he stepped down. So that caused a little bit of drama this week.
So obviously they got to fill it. Now they're the second or largest alliance in the games. They got plenty of options to work with. I mean, how hard could it be to literally push the button on the alliance that doesn't check anything?
Well, Don, it's not pushing the button on players that applied. That's not what they did. Why
don't all these toxic, shitty people get together and make like one big alliance, right?
I mean,
they can call themselves Pappy.
Yeah, and then they can like fucking they can take over Poland or something.
What?
Nah,
leave Poland out of it. My people have already suffered enough. Don't need more people trying to take over Poland.
Speaking about the state of the world, I guess the boys are fucking going at it hard in Denver, Colorado tonight. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my my boys who are doing Goon Denver or whatever the fuck it is tonight. I don't know who's there. Yeah, I think so. I don't know who's there, but throw up the fucking horns for you. Rock and roll. Be good if you can't be good. Be careful. Drink responsibly and wear a condom.
Greg, you act like they're going to be having sex.
Yeah, they are. Probably with each other. Anyways, don't get the fucking monkeypox is what I'm saying. Anyways, so other than that, there was other Reddit drama too. There was somebody
Ragnar
else
got banned.
left. Ragnar, look it.
Ragnar finally got banned because he can't like keep his dirty mouth shut.
Listen, Ragnar is misunderstood, and you have to. Ragnar is a genius that is ahead of his time.
No, he's.
Yeah, no, he is really. I love you, buddy. And anytime that you want to come on Theta Thursday, you know that you are a regular here and a guest, welcome guest at all times.
Of course he is.
Speaking of which, where is he?
I don't know.
Yeah. As well as some other
dick.
Some other news today. We have officially dipped to 2006 numbers on the PCU.
Hey, listen, I've been on vacation, so you're gonna give me a little break here.
There was more than 2006 people playing today.
We have officially reached the same PCU as 2006. So that happened.
I don't know if that's just part of like the changes the past few years, as well as just the game getting older. No, like I feel like unfortunately there's just a bunch of things all colliding at the same time right now.
The thing that made EVE last so long was the constant changes, the fact that somebody like line members and FCs and alliances alike could take their year burnout break from EVE. They could come back and it would be a completely different game. The meta would be different. Everybody's fits would have changed. You know, people got to sell all their old shit and rebuy new doctrines and stuff, right? The thing is that we've had the same meta since 2017. We've had the same ship fits since 2017. The problem with EVE right now is that us as a player base have solved EVE Online. And CCP is doing nothing to shake things up, and everything
they're literally making new ships.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And they're literally making a new faction warfare.
How have we solved EVE Online? We are EVE Online, man. This fucking shitty game wouldn't exist without the people that play it. We drive the fucking content. For Christ's sakes, who does fucking all this other stupid
and I gotta
stuff?
Say,
fucking,
the CCP changes to the
this, blah blah blah. Who cares? Come on, fucking shoot each other in the face. That's what this game's all about, man.
Well, CCP also made some really good changes with the compression mechanics and everything. So, like, but I feel like some people just like those changes were what we wanted, but it wasn't like exciting. Per se?
No, I don't think it wasn't exciting. It's just they literally said, hey, once all the nerfs are done, we're going to give you back your spod main. We're going to give you back all of your stuff that you had. It's just going to be when you go to mine it, it's, you know, you're not going to be able to sit on the rock for 6 hours. But we still got nothing to mine. There is no reason to hold sovereignty in EVE anymore. The fact that picking over like being able to say, hey, this region of nullsec is better than that region because this region has better bonuses, that doesn't apply anymore because it's all just the same. So it doesn't matter where people live, which doesn't give people incentives to move around, right? The fact that wars are meaningless now because there's no point to it other than just
I don't
sheer
think
boredom.
wars don't necessarily have to have a meaning, because like when
No.
have we ever wanted to fight over an actual resource?
But
like
back in the day, you would fight because fuck the other guy, and that's getting boring.
I mean, yeah. I know, Zara Kick is honestly right. It's like, I want to mine with my Rorqual, but tiny ship better. But if I don't have big ship to help tiny ship, then, you know, neither one are good. And now I need a friend. Oh wait, all my friends are playing Scum. I don't have anyone to mine with.
Yeah, Scum's fucking awesome. We've been playing in Theta. I'm going to put a link to our server. If anybody wants to come and play Scum with us, you can play in this server. Hang on a second. Fuck. I'm really bad at copying and pasting. Sorry.
So apparently, I didn't see this until now, but apparently Goblins made a ping this evening addressing the Horde drama, if we want to read this.
Hello, Mr. Unlucky and your party. Hello, thank you for the raid.
Oh, thank you very much, bud.
Thank you, I appreciate it. We're just about to read the juicy bits about the Horde drama. All right, so Goblins went ahead and made a ping today.
Hang on a second, bud. I put that link to the Scum server down in the chat there. If you go down, you know what I mean. So Goblin said something on Reddit?
Goblin said something in a ping that was then posted to Reddit to talk about the drama in Pandemic Horde. So anyway, here he goes, and I will read, and I quote, "The initial incident was that mixed reports came in that the FC haunting deity was abusing his fleet and repeatedly using the R word. Sheriffs, the people who monitor the comms in Pandemic Horde Mumble, and directors intervened, but the FC was uncooperative. The initial report turned out to be false. Even the people accusing haunting ultimately agree that there was no use of the word on comms, and that the entire incident stems from a single line written in the Horde general chat." And he was talking, dogging on goons in those chats. And
why would he be talking on goons?
He was saying in another context, he called PGL's management of the Delve Keepstar unanchoring from over 1 year ago the R word. HD was contacted by the sheriff asking that he change his language. When he pushed back, Dolan got involved. Tullian also threatened in PMs that they would kick him over his language. He talked back, and when confronted with the double standard of thousands of other instances of him using the word in the Pandemic Horde Discord, Dolan decided to ping the whole alliance as well as the leadership Discord that the R word is on the same level as homophobic slurs. Several people in the leadership Discord pushed back against that ping, and then he posts logs of the leadership chat pushing back Dolan's question. And then Dolan went ahead and quit Pandemic Horde. Both Dolan and Tullian decided to quit Pandemic Horde, and neither tried to contact Goblins to further solve the issue. The pings that he linked above in that one are also vaguely imply a greater degree of transgression among the leadership, perhaps involving racism and transphobia. If such evidence exists, Goblins invites anybody to come forward, since the log above has nothing of the sort. To add some background, HD is relatively less established FC. He can confirm that he has made many enemies in Horde due to his tendency to talk back to various managers, but he has also been working on improving.
Oh my god, is he a Karen?
Yes, he is.
Oh my god, I want to speak to your space manager.
But anyway, Goblins basically said he's not going to kick someone from his alliance just because they use the R word. The use of the word is discouraged, but unless used viciously and over the top, he does not put it on the same level as racist and homophobic slurs.
I mean, it's 2022. We can think of other words, right? Like, we all have reasonable vocabularies. I like to say fuck a lot, right? But, I mean, like, if somebody said don't say fuck because it's hurting me, like, I wouldn't say fuck.
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
No, it isn't really. Like, I think it's a bit of a crutch, right? Like, it's an easy go-to word, and when people build up like motor muscle memory or whatever it's called, when they'll hear other people say it, and so they'll continue saying it. So yeah, maybe it's time just to you don't have to be like a one of those Nazis about it, but just kind of say, hey man, there's other words, right? Let's change it to something else, and slowly but surely things will change. Like, you don't have to get like viciously fucking angry with somebody that has said it, but yeah, it's time to change that kind of talk. I think, anyways. I could be fucking wrong. I usually am.
See, the thing is that I just think that basically this game has been around for a very long time, and the internet in general, as we all know, has a history. Everybody's heard the random kid on COD screaming about how he fucked your mom or whatever. Like, everyone.
I thought that was a time-honored tradition.
Whoa, like,
it kind of is, right? And the thing is, I don't think that people are soft or sensitive. I feel like that the world has just the world has grown. And especially the internet has grown into a certain maturity where it's not necessarily that certain words. I don't think it.
I don't really care who says what. Honestly.
I don't really care who says what either, but I think it's just that the plain and simple of it is that the internet has grown up. They're not a kid anymore. You're not gonna find some random 30-year-old coming up to a guy at the bar and screaming, "Hey, I fucked your mom." You're not gonna see that, right? And I feel like
you'll see that. What are you talking about? Of course you'll see that.
Have
you been to Vegas? I fucked your mom, bro.
By the way, Mifune, please tell your mom not to call me after 10 p.m.
But
his mother is lovely.
I feel like the internet has grown up, and especially when it comes to gaming, like, there's a certain degree of shit talk. You could say someone's terrible or that you're better than them or whatever, but like sometimes people do take it too far. I mean, GigX took it too far. Mittens took it too far. Right? Like,
wait, how did GigX take it too far? Oh yeah, okay, the hand thing.
He took a very hands-on approach, and he should have been more hands-off.
Oh! He was a very handsome fella.
Speaking of which, there was a Reddit thread this week of a BR posted of Init getting destroyed by Snuffed Out and Lowsec.
I don't really know what that's a surprise.
Hold on. The title of the post was "Init Gets Pounded by BBC and Company."
Whoa, was that Ragnar's? Did Ragnar make that?
So I commented on the post. I was at work, and I commented on the post, and the only thing I said was that Init getting pounded by BBC is something I don't want to appear in my search history.
What does BBC stand for? And it's the British Broadcasting Corporation, right?
Of course.
Is that like relevant because of the Queen?
No.
By the way, did anybody see that funeral? Anybody see that funeral? That was very impressive and very well done.
I did see the moment when King Charles teared up a bit. And that's when you have to remember, like, that's his mom.
Yeah, you lose your mom. It's a hell of a thing, man.
Yeah. Did you guys see the clip that went around on the internet of him getting angry about the pen?
I did. He was furious with that fucking pen. And he has every right to be. Pens today should not fucking leak ink on you. I use a Black Bic round stick medium. It's the only fucking pen I use. I keep
I like my Bic Pilot 2s. Pilot 2s. They're gel pens and they're really nice.
I will use this fucking thing till it runs out of ink. I have 50 more of these upstairs, but I will use this specific pen until it runs out of ink. I have no other pen that I use.
So for those who hasn't seen the clip, basically,
do you have a pen near you, Mifune?
Yes, I have this pen.
Let's see it.
I click on my desk. When
Is it expensive?
My ADHD? No, it's not.
What does it say on it?
I think it literally. Oh wow! I actually apparently got this at the place where I got my car inspected. Okay, cool. Anyway,
do you want to give them some free publicity on
really.
To the 53 people watching right now?
Yeah. So I found it kind of funny that the newfound king went to go sign a decree of some kind, I think it was, and the pen was out of ink. And so he was like literally he was shooing at the pen for someone to get it away from him, and he's like, get it away from me. And it's like, geez, man, like, why you gotta be so aggressive about a pen?
It was that fucking Camilla was there too, right? And we know what kind of a lady she is. Fucking homewrecker. I fucking said it.
Listen, it's been 20 years. Let it go. Actually, it's been 30.
Or are you going to say it's water under the bridge? Okay, forget it. Better not talk about bridges. Anyways, yeah, and then there was some pushback, I guess. Our Prime Minister of my country, Mr. Justin Trudeau, was caught singing Bohemian Rhapsody, apparently, and I guess that was not in good taste or something. I don't know, like, fuck. I've been to some funerals, like, you're somber at the funeral, right? But, like, afterwards and before, you talk, your good things about people, and you have a little party. And I don't think that there was anything wrong with Justin Trudeau. Did I say Pierre Trudeau? With Justin Trudeau singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, by the band called Queen, who was it was like absolutely perfect, I think.
Listen, it's called Poprovina, which is the party after a event.
Well, is that Italian?
No, it's Polish. Poprovina.
I keyed up to be speechless there, Don.
Okay.
Do you speak fluent Polish?
No. I can sing one Christmas song in Polish and not very well.
Oh, and
then I know like a few words like Poprovina a wozik, which is a wagon.
Could we get a little snippet of the Christmas song, please?
No.
For Isk?
No.
How much Isk do you want to sing it?
No.
I'll give it $1 billion to sing the full song.
In Theta, I will.
No, right now on INN's Theta Thursday.
I don't.
By the way, INN's Theta Thursday is, as always, brought to you by Blue Crew, your one-stop source for the best fucking microphones planet Earth. Don't forget to get your shit. Go scroll down, check the shit out. Scroll down, get some Sector 6 apparel. You can get shirt. No, I'm wearing my cat shirt. And what else we sponsor? Oh, we got. We're an ambassador of Green Man Gaming. I think we use Nitrato file host or server hosting still, do we? Yeah, high-end game servers. And we're a partner with EVE Online, this game that we love so much.
Somehow still. I don't know how. I think they forgot that we're partners. And they just keep sending us stuff.
What? Will you get stuff still?
Yeah.
I know.
Though I haven't gotten a skin in a while. I should ask about that.
I want something I can use, like money.
Oh.
Like CCP. Send me 100,000 Canadian dollars, please.
Not Canadian. That's like only 70 cents a dollar.
Well, I mean, like
you gotta get it in pound or US dollar because then it's worth more.
Well, I just want Canadian dollars, right? I'm not fucking taking it. Not taking it to
greedy.
any other. Yeah, and I want it in cash too. So
you know what's really fun is in Canada, I had no problem paying for anything just with my card. I didn't get any cash or anything.
Yeah, we're almost cash free here.
Even though your cash smells like maple syrup.
I don't know. I don't even know if I don't know last time I've even had or seen cash.
Oh, you mean cash?
Yeah, how's he doing anyways?
I don't
Does
know.
anybody talk to him?
We're not at war. He's probably working.
Good man indeed.
I agree.
Oh, speaking of that kind of stuff, if you're on the eastern seaboard of the United States or in the maritime provinces of Canada, be careful. Hurricane, what's her name? Fiona or some shit is like tracking right for you. And specifically Halifax and in that area, Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, they look like they're going to get fucking hammered. So if you guys are down there,
Like
make
your
sure
mom?
like my mom, make sure you stock up on the beers, right? Because once the power goes out, I think the beer store stops working, which fucking sucks, right? But yeah, so be very, very careful and stay safe, the maritime provinces. We're getting to the end of the show, guys. Do you want to do
I'm
last?
surprised we made a whole hour.
I had something else
We
to
had
say.
nothing to talk about, too, which is
we had lots of
fantastic.
stuff. I had Uprising written. Oh, that was the patch. Okay. Or the quadrant release or the whatever. What's the fucking thing called? Uprising. What's it called? Doesn't
no,
matter. I don't
Uprising.
care.
Yeah,
And
Uprising.
they're starting to tease the heraldry stuff too. I noticed, but anyways, nobody really cares about that. All right, I'll go first. My final thoughts. With all the bullshit that's going on in the world right now, it's very important that as a community, we be good to each other as a community. So with the shit that went on previous with whatever and all the fucking something awful, blah, 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 blah shit, like just remember that people are people are people. You know, I'm sure if you look in the mirror and you say, hey, have I ever done anything shitty? Yeah, you've fucking done shitty things. I guarantee you have. I've lived on this fucking earth for a long time. I've done some shitty things, nothing horrible, nothing I'm going to be put in prison for, but I've done shitty things. But the most important thing is that today, right this second, and tomorrow, and the day after, you continue to improve as a person and do better things and be nice and kind to one another. And that's all I got to say.
Is that your final thought?
Yeah, that's it, Don.
Okay.
Muffins, what do you got, buddy?
What do you got, Mifune?
My final thought is CCP, please don't fuck this up. And as soon as this expansion releases, I hope I see a footnote at the very, very bottom that says removed BRM. That's all I want. If that's the one thing you can do to nullsec, remove the BRM. And then after that, get rid of reserve banks. But the BRM is a start. That's it.
Take us home, Don.
So my final thoughts are Canada was lovely. You are exactly no different than the U.S. other than your signs are in kilometers.
Oh, wait a second.
No, everything else was the exact same. I don't want to hear it. Same portion sizes, free refills, everything was the same. So don't think you're any better than us. And then I would also like to point out that my Dutch boy toy was kind enough to bring me 2 different types of alcohols that are specific to their area. One is a orange bitter, and it's really good with orange soda. It's a really nice drink. And then the other one was this malt whiskey, Frisian malt whiskey, and it's got a little horse head in metal on the top. And
Frisian's what apple pear is, isn't it?
I think so. So, but it tells you and it's handwritten on the bottle. It tells you who the malter was or the caster, what type of barrel it was in, and a lot of details about the bottle that you got. So that was cool. But I'm having a glass of the malt just to try it. It's almost as bad as Scotch.
Oh, I used to like Scotch when I drank.
If you like Scotch and you like feet, there you go. That's
what?
Scotch tastes like feet to me.
How do you know what feet taste like?
Just that ugh.
We need Ryak. Where's Ryak?
Yeah, we need him to drink this. He'll like it. So I will get through it. But yeah, not my kind of whiskey. But I love the bottle. It's really, really cool. I would recommend you guys try it out if you can get it when you ever go to the Netherlands. And I hope everyone has a great week. If you want to hear me sing a Polish Christmas carol, it's Puszny Shisti, and I'm sure I pronounced that horribly. But I did sing it for my grandma one year. My mom made me learn it, and so I sang it for her, and she loved it. So
That's adorable, Dawn.
exactly.
Yeah, we did pretty good this week. I know. I'm glad you had a good time in Canada, and I'm glad your boyfriend had a good time also.
No, boy toy, not boyfriend.
So for this week, we will sign out saying, "Be good, but if you can't be good, be careful."
Have a good week.
All right, have a good week, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.